Horror movies are always popular and there's a hardcore dedicated audience for the genre. But during Halloween time, everyone seems keen to watch a bit more of the supernatural and occult on their television screens. And for this list, I'll give you my recommendations of 5 horror and supernatural films set in a historical backdrop. And these are all unique films which casual and hardcore fans of horror will both be able to enjoy. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel History Spark. At number 5, it is Season of the Witch, set in 14th century Germany, where 2 Teutonic knights are tasked by a cardinal to escort a witch to a remote monastery where the monks will be able to remove her demonic powers. Cardinal believes that the witch is responsible for the Black Death spreading across Europe, and that by performing holy rituals on the suspected witch, they can bring an end to the plague. This is a very unique and thrilling adventure which has its fair share of spooks and got-ya moments. And the acting is pretty good, with Nicolas Cage giving a surprisingly good performance and Ron Perlman being excellent as always. So if you're looking for a historical movie to get you into the Halloween spirit, then Season of the Witch may be a good place to start that journey. At number 4, it is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, an obviously fictionalized retelling of the American Civil War and the 16th President of the United States, President Abraham Lincoln, who was a president by day and a fearless vampire hunter by night. This film has great action scenes, set pieces, and some interesting plot twists as well. But of course, with any movie of this nature, it struggles a bit to get the right balance of supernatural elements and history, but overall it is still an enjoyable watch nonetheless. The plot of this film is not very original and it plays out exactly kind of how one would expect it to. But to be fair, that's not a bad thing, especially when you want an easy, enjoyable, action-filled adventure on a late evening. At number 3, it is The Witch, the film that I would say in this list has the most elements of horror in it and less of any type of historical meaning. Besides the backdrop and set pieces, this is primarily a horror first and then a historical film second. The Witch takes place in the 1600s in New England, and it sees a family forced to move to the farthest and remote parts of the city, and after building and setting up residence there, a series of frightening and mysterious events start to occur, eventually leading to possessions, hallucinations, and so much more. The acting here is brilliant, and Anya Taylor-Joy really brings her troubled and confused character to life in a magnificent way, and the secondary cast is brilliant here as well. The cinematography and poor lighting in some scenes of the film can make some elements a little bit lackluster, but if you're looking for a horror set in the 17th century, then The Witch is my recommendation for you. At number 2, it is Dracula Untold, a film which adds a supernatural spin on the legend of Vlad the Impaler, in which he literally turns into a monster to protect his people and family from the Turks. This film has a really interesting plot, and if you aren't familiar with the story of Vlad Dracula, then you'll really enjoy this film and understand why he has such a fearsome reputation even to this day. My main critique of the film though is that Mehmed the Conqueror and his Turkish forces are poorly developed and their motivations are never really expanded upon, and they just come across as the big baddies for the film without any real meaning or depth. But this is a minor critique, and for anyone interested in seeing a supernatural based depiction of Vlad the Impaler, then Dracula Untold is my recommendation for you. And the top spot on this list goes to Black Death, a film that does a great job of mixing 2 different genres, horror and history together. And with the focus being on the breakout of the bubonic plague, it is a historical topic which can indeed be utilized effectively in a horror and supernatural genre. Black Death does a fascinating job of displaying how the superstitious and customs in medieval England during this time would have caused mass paranoia as the disease continued to ravage across the land. This film has an interesting, if not very original plot, and Sean Bean and Eddie Redmayne do a great job of carrying the film, which needed the strong acting to cover the various plot holes and missteps of the movie. The Black Death is a great film to watch on a free evening, and it does a fantastic job of blending horror and supernatural elements within an interesting historical context. And even though it may not be a revolutionary or original film, it is still a highly enjoyable watch, and in my opinion the best fusion of horror and history that we have seen on the big screen so far. So lastly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do like and share this video with others, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel History Spark, as I post videos about historical movies and historical TV shows each and every week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.